Hey, what is happening, muchachos? So peeps, today's video is going to be a little bit different. Today we're going to be doing a Q&A, answering all your questions. So a few videos ago, I asked you guys to give me some questions, that you guys left me some questions on my Instagram as well as the community tab. And peeps, by the way, if you're not following your boy on Instagram, follow your boy at Taophysique so that we can connect some more and we can do more videos just like this. So without further ado, I have a ton of questions from you guys, man. Let's dive right in. Is it okay to alternate day fast on a cut? So yes, you can do alternate day fasting on a cut, but one thing you want to be very careful of, you want to make sure that your caloric deficit and your protein requirements are set appropriately. So that means on the days that you do eat, you want to eat twice the amount of protein or twice the amount of calories that you usually would, because since you're skipping one entire day of eating. But I have to say this, that alternate day fasting is not really ideal in the long term. In fact, it's been shown that this style of eating is very hard to stick to. And when it comes to dieting, a diet that you can stick to really is a diet that works. So even though you can see results with alternate day fasting, it's not the best, and it doesn't even give you any other advantage than a regular diet. Opinions on dirty bulking for hard gainers. So I don't think anybody should be doing a dirty bulk ever. Don't do a dirty bulk, man, because you're just gonna get fat as hell. When you're trying to build muscle mass, you need to take things slow. Muscle takes a while to come on, man. Try and gain only about 1 to 2 pounds per month. That is it. And I'm telling you, dudes, in the long run, you won't regret it. So that way you don't have to be dieting for such a long time to get lean. Believe me, I've made that mistake so many times in the past. I thought that if I gained like 30 pounds, that if I shred down, I'll look great. Nah, dudes. Take things slow, and I promise you, you'll be happy that you did. I'm working out full body 3 times per week and not gaining muscle. What should I do? So if you're working out 3 times per week, that is pretty good. That means you're getting in the good amount of frequency for every single muscle group to be able to grow. Because I always tell people that you want to get at least 2 times per week of each muscle group to be hit if you're trying to grow as a natural lifter. But if you're currently not growing, then it might not be your training that's the problem, it might just be your eating. Because if you're not gaining any weight, that means you're not eating enough, right? And that's a very stereotypical thing that a lot of hard gainers say. They're like, I'm a hard gainer, I can't gain any mass. The real problem is you're not eating. So try to make sure that you're eating consistently at a small caloric surplus, and make sure you eat enough to get that scale to move at least 1 to 2 pounds per month, and you're good to go. Do you currently train clients online? Yes, I actually do. So I don't know why I don't talk more about it, but yes, guys, I do online training and also in-person training. So if you guys want to hire me as your online trainer, hit me up at taophysique@gmail.com. But I have to say, currently right now, spots are really limited. I only have space for 2 people, and when I do get clients, I try and make sure I get clients that are very serious, that actually want what they say they want. Because I've learned from experience that, first when I started, I used to take on almost anybody, but then I learned that when it comes to online, you need people that are dedicated. You need people that actually are going to put in the work, because honestly, you could just be blowing your money, and it makes it a bad experience for both of us. So if you do want to hire me as an online coach, please make sure first that you are ready to put in the work and you're motivated and committed to getting the goals that you say you want to achieve. Yo, bro, what's up? What's the best way to build a workout routine? Oh, this is a very heavy question, man. This is actually very deep, but the way I can explain it is, when it comes to training, there are 7 main movements. You have your vertical push, think overhead press or handstand push-up. You have your vertical pulls, think pull-ups. You have your horizontal pull, think rows for the hose. You have horizontal push, think bench press, push-ups. Then you also have your hip hinging movement, think about like a deadlift. Then you also have a squat, which works your quads. And then last but not least, you have your core. So any routine that involves all 7 of these movements is very balanced. Now, which ones you emphasize more on depends on the muscle groups that you're really trying to develop. But again, that's an entire different video. Whether you guys want to do a video about that, that's very detailed, let me know in the comment section below. How do you train calisthenics as an overweight person? So you guys know from my channel now that I do a lot of calisthenics stuff, a lot of stuff with the rings. And I will say that if you are overweight, it might make it very difficult for you to start a program like this. And for people that are carrying a lot of weight, the first thing I suggest for you to do is really focus a lot on your diet. Try and get that body weight down and just start with basic barbell dumbbell movements. movements. And as your weight gets into a more moderate range, you can now start including the pull-ups, the push-ups, the dips, because you also want to make sure that you're picking the right exercises for you. Because calisthenics, if you're very, very big, it might not be the best thing for you because it might actually put you at greater risk for injury. So I would say first, focus on getting your weight down. Start with basic barbell dumbbell movements, and as you get lighter, start to introduce more bodyweight movements. If you had the power to create a donut, what would it be? Bro, this one is easy. It already exists. Boom! This one right here, man, this one has peanut butter, chocolate, banana. Ooh, guys, that donut is magnifique, dudes. You know what? In a future vlog, I'm definitely gonna take you guys over there to Stan's Donuts, man, because you gotta check out all their food. It's incredible. Have you ever wanted to stop training? Okay, now this one, I'm gonna take it two ways. It could be in terms of career and in terms of training myself. So first, talking about training myself, yeah, there have been times when I've kind of wanted to stop training or I've lost motivation. It's totally normal. And during some of those times, I actually didn't train at all. And I noticed how it made me feel worse about myself. To be honest, now training has become a part of my lifestyle. Like if I don't train, I start feeling bad. I don't feel as confident. I don't feel as motivated to even pursue other aspects of my life. So really, I train right now just to stay healthy, just to feel good. It's really just like therapy for me now. And also when you talk about training in terms of career, that too, I also went through a period where I didn't want to train anymore, that I was thinking of going into a totally different field. But I think that is totally normal with everybody, that anytime they're going through any kind of job, you might go through a period where you feel like you might not be doing the right thing. But when I reassessed myself, the problem was that I didn't want to stop training, but I just got bored with what I was doing, because I was just doing personal training in a box gym and I was getting bored. That's when I wanted to stop. But then when I started doing YouTube, started trying to expand a lot more, then my excitement for my career exploded again. So if you're like me and you're going through a career and you feel like you want to change, maybe you don't want to change your career, maybe you just want to expand a lot more in it, and you just need to give yourself more of a challenge. Do you do intermittent fasting every day? Yes, for me, I do. But I don't do it for what people think. So the person asking this question was asking me also that he thinks that fasting enhances fat loss. And yes, fasting enhances fat loss, but not for the reason that you think. It's because it makes it easier for you to maintain a caloric deficit. For you to lose fat, you need to make sure you're in a caloric deficit. This is the most important thing. But I know that intermittent fasting has become very popular now. That a lot of people say all these benefits that it does, that really doesn't, to be honest. I have done intermittent fasting and I have not. And I've also counted my macros on both. And to be honest, I have noticed that I've gotten very similar results with both intermittent fasting and just simple caloric restriction. The only difference I really noticed was intermittent fasting made it so much easier for me to actually stick to my diet, because when I was actually eating, I didn't feel like I was dieting. I felt like I was eating a good amount of food. I felt good, I felt energetic. But on a results standpoint, I saw the same exact results with intermittent fasting and a regular diet, as long as my calories were in line. And that is why when I have clients, I always try and make sure that they pick a protocol that's best for them. Not everybody needs to do intermittent fasting. Everyone is different. And as long as you can maintain your calories, right? Whatever diet approach you use, that is the right one for you. What motivates you to keep progressing? You never gave up on YouTube and fitness. Okay, this is gonna sound dark, right? But what motivates me to keep going is the fact that I know that I'm not gonna be here in 100 years. That this body I have is not gonna be here. This life I'm living is gonna stop at some point. So I want to maximize my time on this earth as much as possible. I train myself to make my body as efficient as possible, to get it to the highest potential. I push myself with other aspects in life to see how far I can go, because we all have potential that is hidden. And I don't think it makes any sense for me to waste my life away and not discover how far I can go. Because for me, the way I see life is a journey. When we're born, we are meant to go through a certain path, but you kind of have to discover yourself throughout that path. So really, when I'm trying to improve, I won't say I'm trying to really improve. I'm really just trying to discover myself, bring out my inner self. What got you into fitness? So a lot of people think that it's the BZs that got me into fitness, but not really. BZs didn't get me into fitness, guys. Honestly, I got into fitness because I tore my ACL. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have a scar right here where when I was playing soccer. And then after I tore my ACL, Going through rehab, I learned a lot about the human body, about how to improve, how to get stronger, and I got pretty obsessed about that. And I started focusing on my own body, trying to get stronger, trying to become more aesthetic. So really, I got into fitness through an injury. How often can you drink alcohol and still lose weight? In truth, you can drink alcohol and still lose weight. Alcohol has calories, and alcohol, if you drink it, as long as you're in a deficit, you can still lose weight. But I will say this, you want to be careful with how often you're drinking and how much you are drinking. Because in truth, when you drink too much alcohol, it interferes with the way your body processes fat. So once you have alcohol in your system, your body is no longer burning any body fat. If you drink a lot and you drink very frequently, you can still lose weight, but unfortunately, you're not going to be losing fat. You're probably going to be losing muscle or water weight. So if you're trying to really improve your body composition, you might want to take it easy on the alcohol. I know that there might be some fitness channels lately that saying that, oh, you can drink, party, and make gains. That's not really true, man. You kind of have to, you can't have everything, man. But I would say this, if you just drink maybe just once a week or once every other week, you can still make very solid gains, but you really need to cut down your alcohol consumption if you're very serious about building your physique. How to fight urges to overeat. Biggest one I'll say is trying to stay busy, because once you're busy, you have no time to think about eating. So once you get hungry, go do something productive, or just drink some water, because sometimes when you feel like eating, most of the time it's just that you're thirsty. How long did it take you to get in the shape you are now? Well, this is a loaded question. Well, I've been training for 10 years, to be real, but in truth, you can get a physique like mine within 3 to 4 years if you know exactly what you're doing. The main reason why I still look like this is because I really wasn't so serious about bodybuilding for a very long period of time. I kind of was just going to the gym and just coasting, but honestly, you can get a physique like mine within 3 to 4 years if you know what you're doing and if you're consistent with the gym. Once I reach my desired physique, what should one do if they want to continue working out but don't want to get any bigger? Well, this is pretty simple. If you don't want to get any bigger, don't use progressive overload. Go to the gym, but just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, because how you get bigger is also by adding more stress onto your body. So if you keep doing the same exact thing, you're not going to give your body a reason to grow, and it's going to pretty much stay the same. So yeah, just keep doing the same thing and just keep eating the same amount of food at maintenance calories, and there'll be no change. How low should body fat be before bulking? So usually I tell people to have between 10 to 15% when you're trying to bulk, especially when you're trying to bulk lean, because when you bulk at higher body fat percentages, it really messes with the way your body handles nutrition. So you tend to put on a lot more fat when you bulk at higher body fat percentages. But when you bulk at a lower percentage, you tend to keep the gains more lean. Now, if you're too lean and you bulk, then you also start to put on too much fat, because your body is trying to put on more fat because it thinks you're too lean, too shredded. It thinks it's dangerous, you're about to die. And if you're too fat, it messes with other hormones and you don't really gain muscle as efficient. But 10 to 15% is the sweet spot from my experience. When do you implement cheat days or refeeds? How do you plan them and how do you do them? Doing a cheat day or a refeed can really make it easier for you to lose fat. And it's not for the reason that most people will say this. Most people will say that, oh, when you do a refeed or a cheat day, you boost your metabolism and then your body makes it easier for you to lose fat. Honestly, that's not really that true, because when you do a refeed, even if you set it up properly, your metabolism will spike, but just for like 1 day. And it's not gonna really speed up fat loss. In fact, refeeds can actually slow down fat loss because you're getting in more calories. But they're still important when you're dieting, because when you do a properly constructed refeed, it can help you with cravings. That way, once you get in a little bit more food in a controlled manner, you don't feel like binging. You're able to go back on your diet the next day and maintain your weekly caloric deficit. So this is a mistake that a lot of people make when they do cheat days, is they'll diet so good for the first 5 days, they're on their diet, and then the weekend comes around, the cheat weekend, and then they blow all their calories with their cheat day. And then they're like, oh, but I did a cheat day, so I should be losing fat, I boosted my metabolism. But no, you destroyed your entire weekly deficit, so you're not going to lose any weight. So if you're doing cheat days or refeeds, you want to make sure that you don't go so high that you destroy your weekly calorie deficit and don't lose weight. That is still important for weight loss. Last question. Why did you decide not to become an engineer? Do you still want to be one? In case you guys don't know, I studied mechanical engineering. I actually have my degree from the University of Alabama, U of A. And once I finished school, I didn't pursue that career. And the reason why was, guys, because honestly, I just was not passionate about that. I did very well in school. I was getting B's, A's in my classes. Honestly, math and engineering stuff was honestly pretty easy for me. I grew up in Nigeria, and the way we're taught in Nigeria is a bit different than over here in America, man. So when I came over here, college kind of felt like, to be no offense, man, but kind of like child's play. But when I was in class, I just wasn't that engaged with what I was doing. And to be truth, I just got my degree not for myself, but for my parents. Because in Nigeria, when you go to school, you're either trying to become an engineer, a doctor, or a lawyer. And if you're none of those things, you're a failure. So I just did school just for my parents to make them happy. And in the last year of school, I remember when I was doing my design project for engineering, I honestly thought that everybody else hated engineering as much as I did. But when I did the project with my other classmates, I could see how excited they were about what they were doing, about what they were creating. And to be honest, I kind of felt kind of envious, man. I was like, man, I kind of want that, man. I want to feel good about what I'm doing. I want to feel what I'm doing matters. This is something that's really, I don't know, sets a fire in me, right? Because I could see that in my classmates. So once I finished school, I took some soul searching and I kind of fell more into fitness. Because even becoming a trainer, I didn't know I wanted to become a trainer. I was just really into fitness, and I kind of helped some people here and there. And I got a job at Elite Fitness part-time. Like, let me just try it out. And I really discovered that, wow, I really love doing this. I love helping people. I love helping people get the physiques they want. I love helping people get healthier. And that's why I went down this path. So it kind of happened, I guess, by accident. But now I don't think I'll ever go back to engineering, because honestly, it's done, man. I use those skills for engineering right now, that creative stuff with the videos, with YouTube, with my business. So I don't really want to go backwards into engineering. I just think of it as it's something that helped me in the future and to grow into something even better. And even with this now, YouTube is cool, but I know it's going to even grow into more stuff, and which is why I started YouTube in the first place, because I knew it was going to open many doors into multiple things. Because yeah, man, like I always say, man, always striving to improve, always trying to be better. So anyways, guys, that is the video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys like this video and you want to do more Q&As, make sure to follow your boy on Instagram at Tao_Physique, so that way I can make a post about it for more Q&As. And if you guys like this video, you guys know what to do. Go ahead and give this one a thumbs up. And if you guys haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Dudes, dudettes, always remember this, guys. Always strive to improve, even if it's just little, each and every single day. Kaizen. See you guys in the next video, the day after next, at 7 a.m. PST. Peace!